In a world that's just flooded with free content online, where do we actually draw the line between a helpful post and a real professional service? Today, we're going to deconstruct the business model of an online medical clinic. We'll be using the public statements of Dr. Nidal Abarati to understand this really critical modern question. So what is the real price of a doctor's time in the age of the internet? Let's dive in and find out.
And that brings us to the big question, the one Dr. Aborti herself has to answer over and over again with her audience. Is an expert's time online just free for the taking? You can feel the tension here, right? It's the expectation of endless free advice versus the professional's very real need to be paid for their time and their knowledge.
So to really get to the bottom of this, we're going to tackle it from a few different angles. First, we'll look at what it means to be a doctor in this digital age. Then we'll get into that crucial difference between free versus paid. After that, we'll break down the true value of expertise. And finally, we'll check out the logistics of running a clinic that literally has no borders.
All right, so let's meet the doctor at the heart of all this. This is Dr. Nidal Abarati. She's an OB/GYN specialist who's based in Istanbul, but her waiting room, well, it's the entire world. She offers online consultations to a global Arabic-speaking audience, and she's really pioneering a new way of thinking about healthcare. And it's so important to get what this actually is. This is not just about posting tips on social media. Dr. Abarati is running a structured, professional online clinic. It's a service where she provides paid, one-on-one consultations using tools we all have, like video calls and messaging apps. This is where medicine is meeting the modern digital economy head-on.
So this leads us to the central challenge that she, and honestly so many professionals like her, are facing right now. And that's drawing a crystal clear line between what's free content and what is a paid professional service.
Now check out how clearly she defines the two sides of her work. Over here on the left, you've got the free stuff, general information she puts out on YouTube and TikTok. It's a one-to-many broadcast, right? It's awesome for general education and building a community. But then on the right, you have the paid private consultations. This is totally different. It's personalized advice, it's dedicated one-on-one time, and it's a professional service that has to be billable.
And this quote from Dr. Abarati herself just nails it. She says, "When you want to book with me so I can see your tests, you are taking my time, and that is not free." See, that's the key. The moment you go from just watching her videos to becoming an active patient, you're buying a piece of her professional time. And that time has real, tangible value.
So, why does that time have so much value? And how do you justify charging for it, especially to an audience that's so used to getting everything online for free? Well, let's break down the incredible investment that goes into creating that expertise in the first place.
First off, her expertise isn't just a piece of paper on the wall. We're talking 16 years of hands-on, practical experience that she brings to every single conversation. This isn't just book smarts, this is wisdom, the kind you can only get from being in the field for over a decade and a half.
And this timeline, wow, it really puts the dedication into perspective. So after high school, you're looking at 6 years of medical school, then another 5 years of specialization. That's 11 years of intense higher education before you even start counting those 16 years of experience. We're talking about a 27-year journey of dedication just to get to the point where she can have that first online consultation with you.
I love this analogy she uses. It's so direct and relatable. She asks, do you go to buy an orange and the seller gives you one and says, taste it, and if you like it, come buy more? Of course not, right? A professional service, just like a product you can hold, can't be given away as a free sample. The value is baked right into the service itself. But she's also clear that this isn't just about money. She does make exceptions, there are charitable cases she takes on, and she's guided by her own personal principle that, in her words, a boat that is not for God will sink. It's a perfect balance of professional value and a personal mission.
Okay, so we get the why behind the price. Now let's talk about the how. How does this international Clinic Without Borders actually work day in and day out? This chart gives you a really fascinating look at her global reach. From what she said, she has a huge number of followers and patients from all over the Middle East. We're talking Saudi Arabia, Palestine, Jordan, but also a really strong presence in Europe, in places like Germany and Sweden, on top of her home base in Turkey. Her clinic truly has no borders.
So how do you book an appointment? The process is incredibly straightforward and professional. First, you contact her assistant on WhatsApp. Then, you get the price for the consultation. You choose how you want to pay, and finally, you pay in advance to lock in your dedicated time slot with the doctor. It's a simple, efficient system built for an international practice.
And to make it all work for that international clientele, she offers a ton of different ways to pay. I mean, you've got the standard stuff like bank transfers and PayPal, but she also accepts payments through Ria Money Transfer and Arab exchange offices. And that part is so crucial for serving clients who might not have access to traditional banking, making her services available to a much wider audience.
So as we wrap this up, what we're really seeing here is the creator economy finally merging with high-level professional services. It's like a blueprint for the future of expertise. Dr. Abadarati's online clinic isn't just a business model, it's a glimpse into that future, and it forces all of us to ask a really important question. In a world overflowing with free information, what is the true price of expertise?